I love when I talk, thinking I muted my mic for like 15 minutes. Not that long, but it felt like I had muted myself. Oh hi. Um. So anyway, um, if it's a short, why it was that was weird. Sorry. If we have a short stream, might do like a little hangout stream and just do a short one. That feeling is to be very quiet today. Yesterday was very long. Maybe some Johanna. Maybe we might. Nope. Maybe. Let me be real. I almost was like, I'm just gonna take today off. And almost messaged B and said we're having another at-home date day for these two. So, I just know shift 2 is a lot. There's a lot going on in shift 2. Hannah's dead. We're a Mesa girl. That's true. Yeah, I almost messaged B and was like, listen. But I also was like, we'll see if anything happens. I should have grabbed the other. Oh, God. Where's the AC? Where to? Wait, hold on. Let me check. Yes, doctor. I forgot to do that. Ooh. Huh? Huh? What does that mean? Huh? Huh?
talking about? I'm gonna cry. I know. Hold on, I got this. Hold on, chat. I have to. Whoops. Oh. Oh. Ha! Oh no. Don't mind me. Never mind. I saw this going a much different way. uh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Ah! But anyway. Hmm. No. No. That's so funny. God, that's funny.
Okay, I can let people know that you were asking around. I'm not the one that supplies, but if you were offering, I would be willing to buy. Mm. Okay, yeah, no, I will ask around and see what we can do about maybe getting you guys some cocktails. I can't guarantee anything because, like, I don't handle that side of things, but I will have someone reach out to you. Okay, no worries. Anything else while you're up here? All right, can I get your phone number? Hold on. There you go.
No, no. I don't know why it does that.
Yeah. Hi, my love. Yeah, no. And we want to test it, but I don't want to test it without Sean. We were gonna test it last night, but
I
you're
was
were
just,
very tired.
hello.
last night, so we just went home.
I know skulking. They want to buy Molotov cocktails from us.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll throw it to Kenny and see if he wants to deal with it.
Okay, because I was like, I'm gonna leave and check in on Kiki anyways. I was like,
I'll hit you later.
okay, bye. That was funny. Uh,
Because she's getting death, but he wanted to do the execution and then make her into pigment and have applications on the MDW for people to post their art. And then one of those would be chosen for someone to use that pigment to make into art. And at that point, I'm like, this is already awful. What the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
Why do you think this is a good idea? To top it all off, his idea was in the Polito courthouse, we have a painting that is available and not being used by anyone. That is when we spoke up and went, keep her the fuck out of Polito. Want nothing to do with Polito. Also, this is absolutely horrific. This is an abomination. This is disgusting and inhumane. Like, it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
And
Given
like,
what they did with Stephen Alexander, or
I don't
like,
want to talk about that, but it was the fact that like they felt the need to make the execution a performance of some kind. Because Talia was like, I wanted it to be Panthers, and I'm like, that's still fucked up. Just do it and throw her in a grave somewhere. Send her on her way.
Why does it have to be a show?
Yeah, why does it have to be a show?
it's
No one
probably
wants
what
it to
you
be a
would
show.
want.
When he said that he was going to turn her into
Give
pigment,
him-
she got gleeful and giggly and
Oh,
excited.
yeah, no. Immediately scratch
Yeah,
that. No.
She
Yeah.
giggled so much. Like, she made a statement. She was like, thank you for everyone that came to see me. Ha! And I was like, okay.
Ew.
Oh my
Ew,
god.
I'm so.
And I was like, if you do this, you're giving her a legacy. You're giving her what she wanted. Just
Mhm.
fucking, just end her and put her in a shallow grave somewhere.
Yeah.
No one wants you to keep her around. So they're
Jesus
instead
Christ.
going to put her in the incinerator at the hospital at an unknown or unannounced date and time.
Good. It
so
doesn't need to
people
be a
can't-
performance.
No, it doesn't need to be. I mean, even then, I'm like, oh, okay, but like, it's better. I don't understand the problem with doing a normal execution, but whatever, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know that. I checked my phone last night and saw that there was a span of like 20 minutes where Twins was just going crazy, and I assumed it was something to do with the trial.
I'm surprised that nobody shot her because they didn't frisk anybody or anything. And I was like,
Yeah.
I was so confused by that. I left my gun assuming that they were going to do that again. So
yeah,
I half expected someone to shoot her.
yeah,
I sat there, or I stood there rather, and there were so many people up in the rafters. I was like, surely someone is gonna get sick of this argument of how to execute her and is just gonna do it
Yep.
themselves. I even had
Surprised.
PD coming up to me and going, I'm not normally that kind of cop, but there have been so many instances during this hearing where I have just wanted to just do it. And admittedly,
Holy
even
shit.
I had a bit of an itchy hand where I like imagined myself doing it, just being like, fuck this and popping off a shot myself. But
my
she's
God.
not worth losing everything, so
Yeah.
You know what was funny? So Kiki and who was it? Edda were hungry, and I went and got them food. And I just walked through and gave them food, and nobody questioned it. I was like, I could be giving Kiki a weapon for all you know. Like,
Yeah.
like nobody questioned it. I was like, because I was just like, okay, just walk up there, give them food, and then walk away. Like that's it. I didn't think
to be
about.
fair, the closest people to us were like Pines and Ashley, and they both know you.
Yeah, but it was so funny. Like I was like, you know, I could be giving her a
Could be doing
weapon.
anything.
I could be doing anything right now, and
There
Kiki
was-
should shoot her. Like,
There was some deputy that was next to me. She kept making really weird comments, and I can't recall any of them. Just that every now and then she'd make like a little comment, and it would take me out of whatever thought I was in. I just look at her like, the fuck? And it wasn't even the
Doing
fact that she
whatever
was
they could
making
to stay
comments.
away.
It was no, it wasn't even the fact that she was making comments. It was how she was doing them. It was as if like I looked at her at one point and I looked around and I was like, is she safe? Is she okay to be holding a gun right now?
Oh my god.
I feel like I'm in danger standing beside her. And then there was Chad. Chad, the one DOC,
Oh.
drunk as fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Percy pulled him aside at one point and asked him if he was okay, and he said no.
Oh.
No, and it was funny because Percy gave him a hug and then did the whole pss, 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 come with me thing,
Yeah.
and they stood in a corner and they just like he
Well,
was
that's
just
what
making.
was happening. They stood in a corner, and Percy was asking him if he was okay, and he said no.
Oh.
Oh my god.
And then they were going over a whole bunch of things, and oh my god, they were so loud. They were all I could hear for a while.
And then Casey was standing next to me, and whenever they were like, "We're gonna make her pigment," and everyone was like, "No," and he's like, "They just need to take her somewhere and shoot her in the head. That's what they need
For
to do."
real.
I was like, "Even the cops are saying it, dude."
Yeah. Honestly, I found it absolutely. It was disgusting.
Well, and then they're like,
don't
"We're gonna
know.
put the painting up in Polito." I said, "Nobody's gonna go in
That's
there."
when I. That's
Oh,
when I
like,
lost my cool. If they, I will be honest, if they had put the painting up in Polito, I had every intention, if they actually had gone through with it, of going in there, taking it down immediately, and just burning it.
Mhm.
Yup. It wouldn't last long.
No.
What part of, hey, she left like 5 animal carcasses in Polito alone makes you think it's a good idea to put her up here?
Yeah, and you said she was laughing a ton.
She was
Yeah.
laughing even during my statement about her, and
Oh, Christ.
yeah, she just. I
Well,
also
even the-
didn't really appreciate that Joy was like, "Hey, no one talked about the human victims," and I'm standing there going, "I did. I talked about them a lot. In fact, I do actually think I talked about them a little bit more than the animal ones." But also not the only one. A lot of people actually did talk about.
Well, and then what was it? The part that he goes, "I'm gonna make her into pigment," and Fear goes, "I'm listening," and I was like,
Ew.
"Okay, that sign right there is for let's not do that because she's
Yep.
going to want to do
Yeah.
that."
Yeah, I hated it.
I'm getting yelled at to go back to the
Jeez.
PP.
Okay, alright.
I should probably go back to Go-Go's or something. I think I saw
Thank you
some
very
people
much
that
for the
direction.
order.
Yeah, of course.
Thank
Stay safe,
you.
you guys.
Yeah, you
Bye,
guys
y'all.
stay
Be
safe.
safe.
Honestly, though, other than filling in people who genuinely, I feel like, should be informed, the mere mention of her, I'm genuinely just going to be like, who?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Well, it's
so
like-
good to move on from it.
Well, it made me mad. Like everyone's like posting shit. I'm like, no, we need to be done. We all walked out of that courtroom. We're all done. We're all done.
Yep. Very done. But yeah, like I said, Ryan didn't get to. Oh, is that Faye?
Yes.
I assume she needs a repair.
Mm.
I don't know if anyone around here is.
I feel like it's going to be a very sleepy day because Sean's not around. I messaged him. He's not
Is he
coming.
not gonna be?
No.
Okay. Yesterday was a very long and exhausting day.
I am so glad I took a nap. I was like, when he was saying, like, this is what we're doing with her, my brain just went, I'm going to bed as soon as this is over because I'm done. We're all done.
It was literally sigh of relief. I could feel all of the stress leaving my body. And then he said, "We're gonna turn you into pigment," and it all just came back.
I mean, I get he wanted to do something that everyone's going to be like, oh my God, that's wild. But, like,
Yeah, but
not
no,
that.
It doesn't need to be.
As soon as she said, I'm listening, I was like, that's your sign that she doesn't want, that she wants that. So don't do that.
I was tempted to tweet out today, "I look better in rompers." I do, though.
You do.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi.
What's up? How you doing?
No reason I can't put Gabe on the directory right now is there.
No, Not that I am aware of.
The business got transferred, but I think the license should be
It
good.
did. Connor owns it now. Business license
like
until June
I
22nd.
sneeze. I gotta sneeze. I gotta sneeze. I gotta sneeze.
Okay. Just making
Yeah.
sure before I tweet and get somebody in trouble.
Hello, Frankie.
Next question is
Oh.
what color? The light blue.
Honestly, when it comes to like certain businesses, I just close my eyes and scroll a whole bunch up and down and pick whatever color I land on. With Go-Go's, I always make it orange, but with Paw Hub, I always make it purple because it shows up best in that specific location. But like pictures, I just fucking pick a random.
Yeah, then gay babe, like it doesn't really matter, especially with Go-Go's right there.
I'm so curious about this note Di Davis put on Connor's profile.
What's the note?
Hello, it is me, Di Davis. Be warned, this guy is a huge crybaby. He does not know what private property laws. He does not know what we do as police people. In
When was
parentheses, very stupid. A month ago.
Connor
And
knows
then-
what police do much better than police do
Beef
usually.
put a note on his profile that is a GIF and it says Darth Karen. I can only assume this is Gemini stuff.
Oh my god.
Connor, answer your
Oh,
fucking
it must
phone.
be. Yeah.
Has to be. There's no way it's anything
Hey,
else.
Away from people.
I have a question.
Yes.
What did you
you're
do
on
to
speaker.
upset Di Davis and Beef Malarkey a month ago?
Oh, they came into the lot without exigent
I knew
circumstances, so I Karen the fuck out of them.
I knew it.
The fact that he knew exactly what it was, he was like, oh yeah, yeah.
It's like any cop that rolls up and just opens the gate. Then they
Mhm.
started checking like license plates and saying, look, you know, they're investigating a stolen vehicle, even though
Make it
in the
close
lot
that.
was 2 tow trucks and an employee's car. So I started shouting at them. You know what I, you know, just a little bit of Karen.
Yeah, I asked because we were looking up just to make sure that the gay bay license was good. Which you know it is because you just got it. And Di left a note on April 19th. Hello, it is me, Di Davis. Be warned, this guy is a huge crybaby. He does not know what private property laws are. He does not know what we do as police people. Very stupid. And then
Let's-
Beef
yeah.
Malarkey
Let's
put
see.
a GIF on your profile of a Karen. It says Darth Karen.
The 28th. Let's see.
Yeah.
That's yesterday.
Like
Nothing.
screaming, and the cop is backing away from her.
Bah.
So funny.
Gun in his hand.
Oh.
Taser, one of the two. She's only getting away with it because she's a white woman. But like,
Huh.
Yeah. That's when they perjured themselves against Eddie, which was hilarious as well.
really?
Yeah, they called over the loudspeaker that Eddie was corrupt. And Eddie was like, this isn't going to fly because I had a random in the lot. And I think he called them back on 911. So they charged him, they put a warrant out for misuse of 911. They went to a bench trial and said that they didn't say that.
That's such a.
So it was
That's
a,
so crazy.
yeah, such a small thing to perjure yourself over. But, you know, that's Beef, Di, and Moose.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer now, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's why I encourage people to just openly lie if they can't prove it's a lie. Because the cops do it. Fuck them.
Oh, yeah. No, well, basically, the cops think that they can just use their universal key fobs whenever they want. And people don't challenge them on it. And then I Karen at them. And most of the time, they'll
That's
back down.
amazing.
But yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
You're
There's
just
5
very...
of them in a car. I think one of them in a boot.
Oh, damn.
It was
Hold
like-
on.
yeah,
That's
it
why I
was
kept
Lucian
up with
or
this.
Buffalo
They
or
have
something.
someone in the.
Good lord. It's like a fucking
Amazing.
clown car. My god.
Oh yeah, it was ridiculous. What do you call it? Paltrow was there. Moose was there.
course.
Di was there. Beef was there. And then there
Sydney's
was another
favorite,
female who I
Paltrow.
don't know who was like either in the boot or just like in the backseat.
Why am I not surprised? That was all grapeseed cops you just listed,
Oh,
I
yes.
think? Yeah, okay.
A big stack of grapeseed. Do I have
Yeah,
any other
that's
interesting tags or interesting things on my profile?
No, just that. Everything else is
God
pretty
damn it.
standard. Warnings,
Ooh.
approve for. I should change Scar to
Ooh.
Finnegan.
Ooh.
What?
There's a woman on Twinsta saying she's a literal cannibal and offering to buy people.
Oh,
Fuck, I'm not single.
What?
Okay.
that's a Prissity. She came from the bunker.
Can we get her to up to Toledo?
She was actually supposed to work at Ocean's, like administrative assistant. But her obsession was to just go back to prison because she didn't like being out of prison.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
she's in prison now. Too bad.
I don't think she is. I think she just keeps getting herself sent back.
I might have replied with, so I want to come hang out of
I
Toledo.
just saw that. Yeah, no, nothing. You've got Gemini towing, you've got Animal Foster, you've got the note about Finnegan from 3 months ago, some warnings for the various things.
Okay.
Everything else is pretty run of the mill.
I'm going to go back to the apricity thing here. I love that it's careful I bite and then a follow-up about being too horny and clarifying that she's a cannibal instead
I did like that a
as
lot,
a defense.
actually.
Yeah, that's a
Were there replies to that
That's
warning
incredible.
I biting?
Yeah, there was a please, and then there was another one that was
Hold on,
also
where is
very
it?
horny.
I just feel like everyone's horny on this island of some
Wait, Gemma's
extent.
calling me. I've got to let you go, Connor. Bye.
bye now.
Hey, Gemma. Wherever you
I don't know why that. Ugh,
Uh,
it's so funny to me. No. I'm not horny. I'm just a cannibal. Don't worry.
So you're never horny. Got it.
Hmm?
Huh?
Who, Apricity?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
I
she
just like that
actually
reaction.
isn't.
Yeah.
No. But
She-
it's like no. It's like I only bite people. I'm a cannibal. That's my only characteristic. I'm never horny like at all.
I mean, from what I understand of her,
Hmm.
yes.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
making sure.
Like very, very much so. She is very just, I don't want to say straight edge, but she's very like, she has no interest.
Like a spectrum somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Mhm.
She grew up in a bunker. She grew up in a bunker as a cannibal. She probably doesn't even
That's
know
Brandy
anything about
vibes.
it,
Brandy
really.
grew up in a basement. It's the same person.
So you're saying I have a chance?
Oh my god, Brandy.
That's fucking crazy. Wait, what? Oh, I need to see this bench trial. Hold on, I'll tell you guys if it's really there.
What is it?
Oh my god! If you go to bench trial, Sunflower Smith. So last night, yesterday it started actually. There was a pair of people that went to La Fuente and saw Veronica and Sean. And there was a guy who said his puppy needed vaccinations. And the woman kept saying, "That's me, I'm the puppy. Arf, arf, I'm a puppy. I need my vaccinations." So they were like, "We're not fucking playing that game. You're going to go to the hospital if you need that shit." Fast forward to later, courthouse. There's no frisking or anything, of course, but they're getting on Mac because of his bandana. To which I went, okay, you're getting on Mac for his bandana, but there's literally a woman with a hatchet on the defense side. She was just walking around and sitting there with the
She's
fucking
so
hatchet
many
in
months-
her hand.
Huh?
And
May 30th.
so they were like, wait, what? So like Ashley
days.
and some
Holy-
others went over there like, hey, you need to put the hatchet away. And I guess she argued that it wasn't a crime. On May 28th, Bauer was called to the courthouse to deal with a woman who she met earlier that day who believed she was a dog, a literal dog, calling herself a puppy. Upon entering the courthouse just before a court case, Bauer saw the woman sat on the bench in the peanut gallery holding the hatchet in her lap. Being ordered by a bunch of other officers stood around her, to which she just sat there refusing to listen to their orders. I was wondering why they were just sitting there for so long. Bauer then pulled her taser due to the fact she was ignoring orders, and Bauer was worried about her getting up and swinging the hatchet, and warned her if she didn't put the taser away, she would be tased. She then jumped up from the bench and ran out of the courtroom with the hatchet still in hand and kept running out of the city. I heard her shout something about it being her emotional support animal.
With the taser?
No, the hatchet.
Hatchet. Was this during Fear's shit?
It was right before it started. She hadn't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Yeah, this was while we were all like getting ready and sitting and everything.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I was in my RV.
Mm.
I was watching Law and Order, so not like totally different. But
You
Oh, God,
missed
it was-
all of it. So
God.
fun. So great. So lovely.
She stated, I'm scared that someone in a purple mask is going to kidnap me again, like earlier in the day.
oh, what a great loss for the city.
Harvey Litt said, the defendant came into the bench trial claiming to be a dog. After Dr. Patrick January came down to the DMV, Article 12 was enacted, and the defendant was placed in Bolingbroke on a 72-hour hold. She's literally on all fours in the cell.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you were talking. This is not fear you're talking about.
No,
No,
this
no,
is
no.
not fear. This is a random woman who thinks she's a dog.
Well, that's fun.
Well, now I know her name. I can look her up. Oh, that is such a creepy fucking smile in her picture. It's not a mugshot. I'll be able to see it unless. Hang on.
Oh
Wow.
no, I can't see it.
Hold on. There we go.
Oh,
Oh.
I hate that.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yep.
All right. All right. Well, that's a choice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Luckily, she's a human, so it's not my problem. It took an hour and 45 minutes to get a bench trial, and Amelia had to wait with the puppy.
God.
Oh, I hate that.
For all intents and purposes, she was nice. I don't think I have patience for that anymore. Like the feral women over on Ratton, I have zero patience for them. I do not give a shit about you trying to claim a public trail as your turf or your territory or whatever. No. Fuck you.
Oh, let's get you
Also,
cheesy.
I'm
Hold on.
so annoyed at Twinster right now. Please, can we not?
Hold on. Doing cheesy
I'm
shit.
just trying to use my phone, man.
Need Ghostbusters up in this bitch.
Yeah. Well, it started with the no Arlos, just everybody.
I mean, harassing a trooper, I can get behind that.
My phone!
Mm.
Pride does start this weekend.
It does. Time flies, dude.
Yeah, we have 30 days until our wedding.
I'm gonna throw up.
That's great. It's funny.
Hey, Frankie, the day of the wedding, do you want to go do shit before the wedding? And not getting to go to jail because I can't go to
I was
jail.
gonna
I
say.
was gonna say, could you not miss the wedding because you're
I will
in jail,
go and
please?
part of my gift for you two will be to keep you out of that much trouble.
Yeah, there you go. You drive, and the wedding
Yeah.
gift will be
You'll just
don't
passenger
let her go.
princess.
Yeah, don't let her go to jail. That's gonna be
That'll
the.
be her challenge of the day. Sydney can't go to jail.
I'll tell Gemma.
Jesus Christ.
Her hanging challenge of the day of the wedding is to not let Sydney go to jail that day.
God damn it. That's actually really
Accepted.
fucking funny. I need to tell Gemma that
got
because that's
this.
really funny.
Well,
I got this.
because I'm
Wait,
gonna be
no,
real.
she's not the only. She really can't go to jail. But like Gemma can't go to jail. Who else?
Paisley can't go to
I do
jail.
not
can't
accept
go to
responsibility
jail.
for anyone else.
Oh, but it'd be so funny. Just be like, Frankie, that's your hanging challenge for the day. Don't let Sydney go to jail. And if it does, just like 30 months or something like that. Because I'm gonna be
Oh,
real,
damn
I
it.
probably will like be around a lot before the wedding because I'm gonna need to do something, not just be in the apartment or in the hotel room all day.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna vibe like at La Fuente and avoid Polito so that you don't feel like you can't be in Polito.
I'll just be everywhere else with Frankie.
Yeah. God damn it, that's so funny. I think the best part would be that if you did get got, depending on who it is, maybe you could say, please, I need to go to a wedding later.
Listen, I'm getting married. I need to not.
I was
I will. Y'all can stand there and watch me. I won't do anything
I-
wrong.
I will illegally practice law in your favor to to argue for parole.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if it was I'm having one of those experiences where I can't remember if it was a real life experience or a movie that I watched where they were
What?
supposed to go to
What you
jail
mean?
and they did eventually go. Oh, yeah, it was a movie I watched. They were supposed to go to jail and they did go to jail, but they pulled the I need to go to the specific event. And the cops were like, you know what? We understand that's a very important event for you specifically. Tell you what, we'll give you this amount of jail time, but we'll also let you go to that event first and give you this amount of jail time if you come back after.
Perfect.
And they did.
It's great. I want to be cheesy. I'm gonna do like a countdown now that we're in 30 and not, and I can't. Yeah,
But you're allowed.
yeah. Can I tell you the
You only get to
hottest?
do it once.
Can I tell you the
Mhm.
the hottest thing that this one did was had her little speech and she said, "I'm making a home with my wife," and I was like,
that's-
"Yeah."
That's what it was at the house that we want.
Yeah, and then
I
it was
love
funny
that.
because
That's sweet.
then Wade was there and he was like, "You're gonna marry her." I said, "Yeah, I am."
Like, it was really difficult to not feel targeted with everywhere in Polito that they put a fucking body at.
Yeah.
It was at the
Yeah.
house that she and I are gonna try and get. It was at my business. It was at Dreamview. It was at Pictures.
It was at our RVs.
There were traps at the RVs. There was a body at Park and Walk. It was really difficult not to feel targeted.
Jesus, how did I miss all of this? I had no idea.
Most of them happened in the same day.
Oh,
The Go-Go's
Jesus
and Park and Walk
Christ.
one were the same day. And the Pictures one was night and handled very quickly because it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Ed and I had both received phone calls back to back demanding heart or head. Hilariously, the voice changer that she used is a near exact voice changer of that I used for invitations to an event. Because Lucy was hosting a Red List events thing, and she wanted to give the invitations like a bit of fun and mystery. So she gave me a script, and I can't find it anymore. I don't remember what I labeled it. And I read the script, but I did it with a voice changer. that made me sound like a man, first of all. And it was, I was quite proud of it because I tweaked it myself. But it sounded almost exactly like the voice changer that I had used that day.
No, stop it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Or is
Yeah.
it?
So I was
Oh,
like,
man.
I don't want to use any pronouns with the phone call because it could be a woman, it could be a man.
Yeah, yeah.
Merp.
So
That's crazy. What it was
Yeah.
sentencing yesterday, right?
yes.
Where did that all land?
So it was sentencing because she was already guilty of one of the murders, like straight up, outright, because she admitted to it. And
Okay.
apparently, under duress requires some very specific prongs, which is, that's valid. And she did not meet any of the requirements to be able to use duress as a defense against murder. So it was sentencing, but also she was guilty of every other murder. She was guilty of all the other kidnappings and attempted murders and the robberies. Micah got lowered down from of a government employee to just regular stuff, which honestly kind of bothers me. I hate this mentality that just because you're off duty doesn't mean you're a government employee.
My
I don't know.
my thing with that was like, okay, so let's say, sorry, I'm gonna be, negative Nancy, but what if she was killed? That's one less EMS, and she's good too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
They did point that out, but it was like,
yeah, I don't know. I just was like, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, and but yeah, she was also found guilty of 51 counts of animal cruelty rather than 130, and 17 of poaching of an endangered species, to which Fauna, for some reason, felt the need to actually later in the night, but whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't feel that the endangered animal charge is a thing, whatever, it's a whole thing. I tuned out most of their rant because I just can't listen to Fauna ramble about shit
Fair
that
enough.
nobody cares about, including myself. But sentenced to death. Joy thought it was a good idea to, after her death, turn her into pigment to let people apply on an MDW application to potentially use as paint and put the portrait up in Polito.
In the courthouse.
Ew.
In the courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
To which we were outraged and said, what the fuck is wrong with you? It was a whole thing, a whole back and forth of, that is monstrous. That is exactly what she did. I don't like the argument of, if you put someone to death, you are the same as them. But in that moment, he was the same as her.
Oh, and
It's
whenever,
just like continuing to do the same stuff.
yeah, and whenever he said we're gonna turn her into pigment, she goes, "I'm listening," and I was like, "That's your cue for I'm not doing this now because she wants that."
Yeah, change course. Change
Yeah.
course. She
Yep.
wants it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Ugh. Creep show.
Yeah.
And then she did her closing statement or whatever, and she was like, "Thank you for coming to see me." And then she does this little giggle thing, and I was like, "Ugh."
Mm-hmm. So instead, when it was repeatedly said, executions do not need to be a performance, there's nothing wrong with a normal execution, he was like, we'll just put her in an incinerator at the hospital and let her burn to death.
Oh, okay.
And they're going to do it at an unannounced time and an unannounced date, and just do it, get it over with, and chuck the ashes somewhere.
That sounds a little better than hanging an effigy
Yeah.
made of her in
Listen, if
our
they
public
had
space.
insisted on putting a portrait up here, I would have torn that shit down immediately and burned it.
Yeah.
Gemma even said, she
Vandalism
goes, she said,
charge be damned.
Gemma said, she goes, don't put that woman in my town.
Mm. Yeah,
Good
it
shit.
was.
Well, I'm glad there
It
were.
was vile and disgusting. I actually was disgusted.
Yeah. I'm glad there were Pelotonians in the courtroom then. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
I mean,
there
it
was,
wasn't. It
that
wasn't
sounded
just
like it could
that.
have
It
been a
wasn't
shit show.
just us that were upset.
well, and then like, what was that? I
That's
was
good.
standing next to Casey, the cop from Grapeseed, and
Oh yeah.
he was standing there, and he gets on the radio, and he goes, why can't they just shoot her in the head and be done with it? I was like, yep. I was like, the cops even get it. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked that nobody took it into their own hands when everyone was arguing.
I'm gonna be
Genuinely, I was stunned that no one went, you know what, fuck this, and just did it.
No, they didn't frisk anyone, and I was like, I'm surprised that nobody did it. And like, I don't know, Frankie, but like, so Etta and Kiki were hungry, so I went and got food for them real fast, and I literally walked up to Kiki and gave her food, and I was like, how do they not know that I just handed her like some weapon? Like, I mean, obviously I did it, but like, I'm like,
strap dog.
I'm like, they don't know that. Like, what if I gave her like this massive gun, and she could just shoot? Cause she could shoot her easily. It was funny to me.
Because I'm pretty sure.
Hi.
I don't want to like guarantee this, but I have a gut feeling that if any of the vets
Diamond
had shot her yesterday, considering the number of cops that confessed to us that they were seconds away from shooting her themselves in that room, I feel like we would have just gotten a, oh no, how could you do that? I have to arrest you. I can't believe you've done this. And then, I don't know, fucking aggravated assault or some shit.
I think what they would have done was taken you downstairs and stick you in that little cell and been like, we're just gonna sit here for like 30 minutes and cool off, and then we're gonna be done.
Oh no, I forgot to collect evidence. And also everyone never saw anything.
Yep. Which I thought was weird, because Jim and I were up here getting food, because we were like, everyone's gonna be getting food at the food truck, so let's just get it up here. And she was like, she was like, do you think they're gonna frisk? I was like, I would assume so, because they did for Friday. And then I walk up, and there's nobody there, and I'm like, huh.
Yeah. I was also surprised by it. It's kind of like a part of me thinking maybe they wanted it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Legitimately, I had at least one cop. I'm not going to name which one, but at least one of them said, I'm not normally that kind of cop. I'm not that kind of cop. But God, I have a gun in my hand right now. And she has a face, and she's right there.
Yeah,
I could just do it right now.
I'm gonna be real, sometimes that's just the right call.
Mm. Also, Chad was drunk as fuck.
Hauser?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Really?
It was a vibe,
He was the only DOC there, and he was drunk as hell. He did a statement, and Percy walked over and hugged him, and then pulled him over to a corner, and started asking if he was okay, and he was like, no, I'm not good. I'm not okay, but I'm fine. But I'm not okay, but I'm fine.
No. Well, and then even like in the middle of his, Joy interrupted him and was like, I have a question. And he goes, what? And he goes, genuinely, are you okay?
Yeah. I think everyone, he was tired. That man was drunk.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I know a
He's
drunk
always seemed
slur when I hear
pretty-
one.
Yeah. Pretty on top of
Well-
his stuff whenever I've interacted with him, really.
I mean, everyone has their limit.
Yeah, fair. And I can't imagine there's too much support for DOC being like the only person there
he was the
that
only
day
one.
and
Yeah.
possibly for a while.
Mm-hmm. Also, Mackenzie went off out of town for a bit, so he's alone.
Oof.
Mhm. Where did Faye go?
I think they're doing club things.
Ah. I need food. Come on.
Okay.
I know wish there were 28 days in May, just so I could put the June calendar up now.
I know.
Although technically there's nothing else in this month planned.
Yeah.
I think tomorrow is the last day of the honey jars you currently have.
Mm.
Which will be the first time we've had enough that they've just gone bad.
I don't feel like I've been selling a lot of it though.
Oh, a lot of it has been sold.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Here you go.
Yo.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm stuck. Okay, I'm good. Frankie?
I'm alright for now.
Oi. What do we think on me just replacing the calendar now? It's still May, but we
Yes.
have nothing else left for May.
I would replace it.
Yeah,
Hype up June.
that's fair.
Yeah, close enough.
Hmm. I mean, worst case, things are on the calendar. In the phone, so. Ugh.
There you go. It's a very busy month.
Hell yeah.
What? Ugh.
Oh, hen house is opening up. That's cool.
Yeah, she finally has a date. And she has a
Hell
drinks
yeah.
and stuff. I don't think she's going to be doing non-alcoholic variations, so I won't be able to drink anything, but that's fine. The Saturday was the hardest one to do because, you know, it's Edda's birthday, but also the Gay Bay car show got moved that day.
Oh yeah.
And it's so much wording, but I'm like, I am not removing. What's also going to be Ember's birthday?
Oh, nice. I like that they're calling it Pride Cello this year. That's fun.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
That was a blast last year.
We're delaying our honeymoon to go to Pridechella.
Yes.
Aw, nice.
When
And
he
then
told me the
2
dates, I
weeks.
texted Sydney like, "Hey, what if?"
Yeah, it's the
And-
pre-honeymoon.
Yeah.
I got
And
very drunk with the
may or,
Helheim guys.
we also may or may not be waiting for JJ and Faye's wedding? Question mark. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's on July 1st. That's the last I've heard.
Which is the Tuesday. So,
So
there would be the Monday and then the Tuesday.
Mm. I'm gonna be real. I still wouldn't be surprised if they just do the, oh, we're married and they eloped.
Yeah, and Sean has told me that if they do not straight up tell him to his face,
he's not going.
Mm-hmm. Ah, look at that. Lots of green hair. Wait, that's not Thomas.
Huh?
Is that Kenny with green? No,
I don't know. I'm gonna
Who's
go
the
see.
green hair with Gemma? Oh, it's blonde. Sorry, from far away, Kenny's hair looked green. Yeah. I was confused by who you were because I was like, oh, is that Thomas with Gemma? No, that's not how Thomas walks. It's also not how he styles his hair.
Oh, that's just Kenny. Oh.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah. Oh, any
Hi,
updates on
Simon.
the
Hi, Kiki.
golfing stuff?
June is so busy. I've already put the calendar up.
Hey, Sid. Hey, Frank.
Hi,
Hey.
Hi, Gemma.
Gemma. I have an idea for Frankie.
Okay.
What's your idea
It's a
for
really
Frankie?
good idea.
Okay, so the day of the wedding, a hanging challenge is we'll go do shit before the wedding, and I can't go to jail that day. That's her challenge.
It's a pretty good challenge.
Yeah, it's funny.
Her one goal of the day is to make sure Sydney doesn't go to jail.
I could be the cop lightning rod.
Yeah. Okay.
The pick me, the look at me.
Yeah.
Hey, over here. Psst, 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 psst.
I mean, you were on scene for a bunch of officer-involved shootings, and they charged you instead of anyone else. So I think you're already good.
It's
at that.
true. I'm naturally predisposed.
You're just
I'm so
naturally
good.
a
Whatever
cop.
happens, you can't let James Bird be involved because she lives rent-free in his head.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
I'm shocked it did not come up at the sentencing hearing.
Listen, that time when I came and brought you food, I wanted to be like, I'm Cindy Martin.
Does
I'm
anybody
bringing
have
food.
an MDW on them?
Yes.
Can I get a warrant check?
Warrant check.
Well, a trick. I'm sorry.
Strike.
No warrant. You're good.
Who has a
I'm
warrant?
good? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're fine. Unless there was someone else you wanted me to look at.
No, just me.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. Does anyone have a warrant?
Well, I don't think so. Unless
Think
Kenny
about
did
what I
something
gotta
this
do.
morning.
Myself, I was good earlier.
Kenny's good.
Oh, Thomas has
JJ's
one.
good.
I'll be right
Oh,
back.
JJ, how'd your trial go the other night? I'm sorry I didn't make it. I was not
It was
feeling
awful.
well.
It was awful.
It was awful. Did it?
I
Did
should
it
I
go
should have been
bad?
on top of it. I should have been on top of that, because she forgot she had my case. Literally, I called her and she was like, "I have a case." And I was like,
Oh my
"Yes,
God.
you do." And I'll check the case and I don't see the medical report attached, and I say, "I'm gonna lose this shit."
Oh no.
And lo and behold, I get there, and the
There
guy
I
didn't
was.
show up. The defendant.
Okay.
Percy says the cop was fired or quit yesterday.
Wait,
Also,
who was it again?
oh fuck.
I forget. Was this a criminal or a civil case?
It was a civil case.
Jacob Erickson.
Yeah,
Oh.
that guy. So I get there and I explicitly tell
He's a warrant.
Kelly, "You should have add this as evidence." She goes, "I don't think we're gonna need it. You know, it's just a normal thing. We don't need the medical report." And I was like, "I think we are." And lo and behold, Percy says, if the medical
Piper.
report was attached as
Hi.
evidence,
Hello.
you would have win the case.
Yeah, he resigned from PD in good standing on May 23rd.
I mean,
Huh.
you can read what Percy wrote.
Here you go.
You know, let's just say that we have
What is this one?
like
Ah!
there's such a
But
small
at
amount
least
of lawyers.
JJ Una reversed the warrant onto the cop, I guess.
There's such a small amount of lawyers that I just walk out because I was going to stab
Oh.
Kelly on that.
Kelly pisses me off. She wants really badly to be Franklin, and she's just not good at it.
Huh. It's a good outfit. Sucks.
But yeah, I lost.
Okay. You lost, but according to Percy, Una reversed the warrant.
That is a very funny ruling. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What's the goss? What's happening?
I don't
We're
know, I
catching
just woke
Frankie
up.
up on what she missed. Otherwise, not too much. Most of us only just woke up.
Very long case yesterday. They were Joy wanted to make fear into pigment and make
Yeah,
a
that's what
painting in
Kiki
the
was
Polito
saying.
court case.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
And I was saying that I was stunned that nobody said fuck all this arguing and just shot her.
I mean, okay, for one, the two people who should have done that were both cowards.
True.
For two, the pigment idea was really good. It was just the putting the painting in the Polito courthouse. That was not the good idea.
Yeah, so I think I was telling Sydney last night, when originally he said turn her into pigment, I thought that was the execution method of, like, I don't know, splattering her so badly she just becomes a bloody red mist and just becomes pigment. And then he said, we'll open up MDW applications. And I went, what the fuck do you mean MDW applications?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
he
my
wanted to
mind
go
went first to
full-
like
full-
crushing.
he wanted
Yeah,
to
that's
go
what I
full
thought.
Daredevil Born again.
Spoiler.
Yeah,
I haven't
Gotta get
watched
Joy
it.
on girls' night.
We need to bring Joy on Girls' Night. Joy would fit right in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep it a buck. There's only two people who should have pulled a gun and put a bullet in the back of that bitch's head, and neither of them had the courage to do it. So
there were cops that were telling me they were trying really hard not to. It made me think that if, you know, any of the vets had done it, we would have just been, oh no, why have you done that? Now I have to arrest you. I can't believe you did that. I feel like that's the response vets would have gotten if we'd done it.
I feel like if you kill a person after they've been sentenced to death by the state, that should just be manslaughter. That's not murder.
Yeah.
But they were gonna die anyway.
I'm sure that there's some cops that would have been like, I didn't see anything. Some of the cops really hate their jobs. Like Amelia Casanova, I swear to God, she's gonna break down one of these days.
I mean, after what she dealt with last night, I wouldn't be surprised. There's a
feel like
bench
that's-
trial.
It's a work in progress.
What?
Jesus Christ,
Sorry,
man.
no,
What
sorry,
just-
that's nothing.
To just pull a
Wrong,
gun when
wrong,
you're trying to get your
wrong,
medical kit.
wrong medicine, man. Wrong medicine.
Incredible.
Dude, you're not
Mr.
supposed
Golan.
to, you know, you're not supposed to put that in the nose, man.
Who believed she was a dog? A literal
Oh yes.
dog.
So this woman showed up earlier in the day to La Fuente with a man who was saying she needed to get vaccinated. And she kept saying, "I'm a puppy, vaccinate
Oh,
me."
God,
And I went,
no,
"That's
no,
creepy,
no.
and I hate it."
No, not one of those. No.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Sean sent them to the hospital. And then later she was sitting in the pews with a hatchet on her lap. And like Ashley Smith and all of them were getting on Mac McCann for having his bandana on. And I went, You're concerned about the crime mayor's mask, who you can identify with his mask on, but there's literally a woman with a hatchet on her lap over there. And they went, huh? And she said it was her emotional support animal.
Oh.
and that she was scared of being kidnapped by people with purple masks like she had been earlier in the day.
Okay, so I have a question, and it
Yeah.
might be really insensitive, so I'm going to ask it and then leave whenever everybody's silent.
Okay.
So there's been an epidemic of mute individuals around the island. There's an epidemic of animals. Now we have furries. When are we getting mute furries?
Oh, any day now.
Really?
When are the mute furries going to
Really?
happen?
I think
And how are
she's
they going to sign
beyond-
with
I
paws?
think she's beyond furry though.
Am I gonna have to start
What?
putting local litter boxes around the fucking town now?
Someone should just like
Hear,
no,
hear me
no,
out.
Don't even
None
do
of
that.
them
Just
are
put
here,
her down.
Simon. None of them are here.
Hear me out. Mute Furrycon.
Hi there, man. Thanks.
Mute furry serial killers.
Mute furrycon. I feel like that would be like one of those silent discos.
If I kill Sunflower Smith, does that only count as the murder of a domesticated animal? Wait, fuck,
That
that
might
means
be
I
animal
can't do it because I
cruelty.
have to.
No, because no.
foster my
there-
pupper.
Well, no, because there's no agencies that claim her. Because the domesticated animal thing is if they're a canine, if they're glad, if they have an owner, if they are sack, that kind of thing.
So you're saying that's just
Oh my
free
God.
murder waiting to happen?
Yeah,
Oh,
that would
it
just
might be an
murder.
endangered species.
She's claiming to be a puppy. Dogs are not endangered.
So being a serial killer of homeless dogs is legal? Is that what you're saying?
No, that would still be animal cruelty. It just wouldn't be murder of a domesticated animal. There's been a lot of talk of legislation, and we're gonna try and submit some more of it to have it make a little bit more sense and be more consistent. T offered me a position in his mayoral cabinet yesterday.
What?
I had to come up with a name for the role because I didn't want to be like deputy mayor, and I kind of thought he wanted me to be business council, but he was like, "No, I want you to be more than business council," and I was like, "What?" So we had to come up with a name, and it's like administrative assistant or something, where like I get given a project and I just full send it. Sell me Ruby. I have no Ruby to sell you.
Please.
I have no
make some
Ruby.
for me.
I
Lockpicking's fine. You'll be fine lockpicking.
It's so funny.
It's only a misdemeanor, Kiki. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, I know. Since so is
I
racing.
need you to be my like street team.
You're
Street
I already
team.
have a gang tag, thank you. It's Vic Yang.
Well, I don't like that you said that like golf game.
No,
She
no,
says
that's-
she says
that's
it
the
like that
joke.
all the time.
Yeah, that's the joke. In
Bet
fact,
gang.
it's got sparkles and little, and every letter is alternating capitalized and lowercase. Yeah, we have our
How
own
do you
tag.
get blood in? Do you get bitten by a dog to get blood in?
Sure.
I mean, she got bit by my dog.
Yeah, I have been bit by multiple dogs. It is unfortunately a risk that you take working with animals.
I have a question.
Hmm.
How frustrating was it yesterday when the DOJ just threw out all of those reports?
You know, what got me wasn't the throwing out of the report, like, fine, whatever. It was the focus on, well, nobody talked about the people. They only talked about the animals. And I stood there and I went, then what the fuck did I talk about? Because I talked about the people. I know that other people talked about the people. But also, like, when all of this started, when the docket got put up, everything, we actually thought that none of the animal reports that we did were going to go on there. Like, we thought the animals weren't going to be included at all. So I don't know where the fuck he's coming from with no one talked about the people. They only cared about the animals.
I mean, to be fair, the animals outnumbered the people. I think, was it like 20 to 1?
There were 134 charges of
Also,
animal cruelty.
Ashley Smith's fucking testimony was like
What
2
is
hours
this?
long, talking specifically about the people.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. Patrick January was
Ooh.
also questioned about every
Wait,
single
what is
patient
this? Hold
or about
on.
it, dead body. There was lots of talk about the people, actually. Barely any talk about the animals. I feel like the animals only got talked about at the sentencing hearing.
That looks weird. I don't like
I
that.
just felt I felt edged in the bad way.
Yeah.
I spent that entire case thinking somebody was going to put a bullet in that person, and nobody did it.
I was looking around. I was looking up at the balcony, like, is there anyone? Like, I understand fucking around and finding out, so we can't get anything done. But they just sentenced her to death, and now they're all just arguing about how she'll die. Someone could just fucking do it right now.
I was fully expecting that Rigby person or Ash or one of the fucking DOMC people. I was expecting any of those motherfuckers to pull a gun out, and nobody did it. Nobody did it.
Hell, Bear was there. They could have sent Bear after her. Though he
I still like 9 better.
But like
5?
I remember there was one serial
I know
killer
Wade
who
does
got
this one.
sentenced
Wade does this
to
one all the time.
Death, and she went, okay. And then she walked up to the judge and stabbed her in the throat with a pen and killed her, and then got shot down.
If I get called to the stand by some psycho bitch who's trying to say that I am responsible for their crimes, the moment I am done testifying, I am putting a knife in their stomach in front of God and everyone.
You could do the V method and use a pencil, because they didn't give her, like, I don't think they gave her
We're
assault with a
hoping
deadly for that.
No, it was just aggravated assault.
It's just,
Yeah.
just 10 months in jail.
Yeah.
10 months. 10 months. And they
Called me.
just,
She
was
called
on
me
the
and she's
ground
like,
for
I need
like
to pick
30
up.
minutes.
I love the walking in, up to him saying, "Don't use my car ever again," and just fucking stabbing him.
And then they did the verdict while Moose Maple was still on the ground. No one was helping him.
Also,
one
notice
got
that
him.
no one shot her. Which was the whole point of being there, was you getting shot.
Yeah, literally.
Nobody shot her. That's crazy.
Nobody shot her. How ironic.
Kind of proved the point, TBH.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you do if you brought Joy on girls' night?
I just ask him what he wants to do, because he has these fucking wild ideas and I just run with it. Like, he just...
Hold on.
The last time that I spent a day with Joy, I was rescuing him off the side of a fucking mountain. So that man, I don't know how he spends his time.
The last time I spent any time with Joy, he sent me to the hospital. He was testing out Anna's new car, the Terminus, at the time. And he ejected me from the back of the car so hard, I had to go to the hospital, to which he said, "Oh, I could drive you there. Shut the fuck up. You're why I'm like this."
I've got mail.
Oh my god.
Shall we go check mail?
Yes.
We're gonna go jump off of a perfectly good building, probably.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
I'm gonna go
Have
touch butts.
fun.
I'm gonna go touch butts for a little.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Okay.
You'll have fun
I'm gonna
touching
go.
buds.
I'm gonna go watch soccer.
Who's playing?
Nice.
Did you hesitate because you wanted to say football? Because that would have been fine. Like, I feel like we would have understood what you meant.
Football.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is
I
football.
understand.
Yeah, football.
Yeah, there was a hesitation. I was like, what is he watching? Does he not know what he's watching?
Who's
Yeah,
playing?
Real football, not fucking egg ball.
That's crazy.
It's a local
Well, I
local
feel like,
soccer. There's a local football team.
Oh, okay.
Cute. Okay.
It's not the U.S. We're a territory, so yeah, calling it football makes sense.
It's good to see you, Simon.
Yeah, you as well.
Okay. You still want to do wedding shit?
I should be good for it.
Okay.
If not, if I'm
We
not,
did find
like,
a backup in case you weren't.
Who's
Yeah.
the backup?
Balto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worst case, you'll know like the night before if I can't, because
Okay.
I know the date of. I might potentially be, having people over in the motel.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Well,
why
Sex
a
party?
he-
no, not a sex
Oh
party.
my god.
it's Simon. He doesn't do that.
I don't do the sex.
No.
Yeah, no. There's the potential that I might have people staying over in the
can't.
hotel that
Oh, okay.
night, but if not, then we should be good.
Well, Frankie's
Worst
being
case
imposed a
scenario-
hanging challenge that day of making sure Sydney doesn't go to jail doing jobs.
Yep.
Why is she gonna go to jail?
Well, they're gonna
gonna go do
jobs and
shit.
stuff to entertain themselves until the wedding because it's
Yep.
at 8.
Because Kiki and I are not going to see each other that whole day. So I was gonna
Yeah,
go
so
do
she
jobs.
wants to keep herself busy.
Yep.
Sounds like a perfect day for terrorism.
Yep.
And Frankie's entire purpose of that day, her hanging challenge, as they've called it, is to make sure
was
Sydney
her
doesn't
mom.
go to jail.
Yeah.
I'm here to help.
She called herself the police lightning rod.
What?
I think that's great. I think
It's
that's
so
amazing.
good. So good. All right. Well, Kiki and I are going to go hang out in the hotel
Ready?
early.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right
But
on,
I
well,
will.
have fun.
I'll be around
Bye.
tomorrow.
Yeah, she said she wasn't feeling well, so we'll
Yeah.
just go back to
fine.
bed.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go do. What are
See you guys
doing,
tomorrow.
Frankie?
Bye.
I just gotta park my bike up.
Okay. I know it's super early, but I'm just not feeling the hottest, chat, and I just would rather hang out offline because I'm slightly dang. Can I get on the bike? Huh? Oh, was it Key? Oh, it was Key's. I thought the car made the noise. I was like, ha! So yeah. The Discord, if you want to come hang out at the Discord. Socials, if you follow YouTube, that is where all the VODs go to live. If they're not on Twitch for some random reason. So you can go back and watch the VOD. And then the raid. I don't know who we're gonna go see. Doctor, you already did. Deadman, are you here? Chat, who's here? Who's
I
here,
love
chat?
you.
I love you too. That me, I did. Oh. Pretzel, who do we go raid? I'm going to try chat and sleep normal. And go and... Pretzel, who do we go raid?
So you said you're not feeling well?
You know, my unwanted monthly
Mm,
thing is here, and I just...
No, I get you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't feel bad, but I'm just like, it's...
Well, we have heating pads and stuff you can curl up with.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, bet. Plus, I feel like... I feel
What's
like...
wrong?
I feel like I might be very busy.
Tomorrow?
Well, maybe, but with club things, so... Just kind of a couple of conversations that have happened, so...
Oh?
Yeah.
I assume nothing you can tell me.
So... Basically, fucking around and finding out kind of shit, you know?
Ah, so you're gonna take the days off that you can, because the days that you will be out of bed are gonna be busy?
I hate lies that do this. Why? It's just the lock does not like me. Okay. Hold on.
Are you still feeling up for that? I see you grabbing it. Okay.
good. Oh, God. Lord. Alrighty. Sorry for a really short stream.
I love you.
I love you too. Alright, chat. This. I'm going to go hang out off stream, chat. Oh, I can't spell. I can't spell. Okay, chat. I love you all so much. I will see you tomorrow. I'm gonna try. Excuse me. I'm gonna try tomorrow and start roughly when B starts, maybe even a little bit before, because then that way we can go grind and shit. But yeah, I love you all so much. I'll see you tomorrow.